Hey, what's up? Welcome to Limitless Club. I'm Stephen Barry, your host. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, hit that bell notifications, and we will get started because there's been a rumor going around that Disney, maybe confirmed rumors, that Disney may sell some very important IPs, some very important TV networks like ABC and others. And we can get to the details now. But first, again, make sure you like, share, subscribe, hit that bell notifications. And basically, Disney and Bob Iger, who replaced Bob, I can't think of the other Bob, but there's two Bobs, the last CEO. And he came back after leaving, after purchasing Marvel and Fox, right? So Disney has Bob Iger purchased, I guess, got Disney to purchase, made the announcement, say, hey, I'm the CEO, I'm in charge, and we want to buy Fox, we want to buy Marvel before that. And so Fox gave all the IPs to Disney, including The Simpsons, which is a big one for me, and all the X-Men movies, right? It makes sense for Fox to buy X-Men. Maybe that was the only reason why Disney wanted Fox, because of X-Men. But X-Men as a franchise never really took off the ground, except, and that was after First Class happened, right? So X-Men First Class was a movie that did well. But this was before Disney bought it. And after that, Disney didn't really mess with X-Men much until now with the situation with the Logan character and Deadpool. You've seen the footage of them teaming up. So who knows? So Deadpool and Logan, that's kind of the first actual X-Men world that we're going to collide with in Marvel. And Deadpool was always on the probably X-Men side, right? So this is not a pop culture channel, but if you want to learn more about this, you can head over to my pop culture channel. And that will be called Culture Pop, and we are launching that as soon as possible. We got a few episodes out, and we want to learn about that side and really dig deep into the industry. You can look at this channel for the business side, and for the culture side, you can look at the other channel, Culture Pop, on YouTube. So, so it seems like Bob Iger has been very, very, very aggressive in the past, and now he's kind of slowing down, saying, hey, we spent way too much money. And now we're going to have to slow down a little bit and maybe sell off our own companies. I'm talking about big companies here. This thing has gotten so far that Bob Iger has no choice but to at least heavily consider selling off Disney's companies like ABC, like formerly ABC Family, now Freeform, right? And I watch some shows on Freeform. It's kind of more for teenagers and young adults type of thing. I believe Grownish is on Freeforms, if I'm not mistaken. So they're going to sell off ABC. Again, that's huge. And we have an article here. I'll read it. I don't have to show it per se, but I want to definitely read it. And it's basically about Disney potentially selling off all their important, I don't want to say IPs, but several assets. Let's put it that way. Several assets might be sold off. And as you can see on here, Disney CEO Bob Iger may be looking to sell several assets of the company. It has been a rather testing time for Disney as a company. Former CEO Bob Iger came back from retirement to take over the reins. However, it looks like tumultuous times for the company are set to continue it. And again, I could talk about why, but let's just continue. It was reported that Disney's streaming service, Disney Plus, lost 40 lakh subscribers, 40 I guess that's 40 million, maybe. I don't know. Subscriber last quarter, and now a report by Bloomberg suggests that Iger is looking to sell the streaming service, other assets, and perhaps even the entire division in India, which is probably why India even reported it. This is a division in India for Times of India, Times, India Times, whatever. I don't know. This site that I'm reading right now, guys. A report by Bloomberg suggests that Iger is looking to sell or restructure the streaming business in India. The report says that India is one region where the company suffered maximum losses. Disney Plus Hotstar was dealt a severe blow when it lost the streaming rights to India Premier League cricket matches in 2 quarters, as per the report. Hotstar lost 84 lakh subscribers. I guess that's the Indian term. Maybe 84 million, 84,000. Which one is it? Comment below. The Alliance Geo Cinema won the rights for APL, and cricket was one of the mainstays of Hotstar in India. Also, Disney Plus Hotstar also lost all the HBO content on the platform as well, which incidentally also landed on Geo Cinema. The double whammy was hurt Disney Plus Hotstar quite a bit in the country. Other business also may be sold. Iger, as per report, has put 1/3 of the company up for sale. The assets that may be sold include TV networks ABC, Freeform, and FX. That's one company I didn't mention. Furthermore, Disney is also looking for a strategic partner for ESPN. Iger stressed on the fact that Disney had no growth business. No growth, all right? Rumors about Disney selling to Apple keep swirling around. Like, if anybody can buy Disney, it's definitely Apple. I think maybe Discover, but they've already bought like WB, so they may be a little bit in debt. Who knows? Neither company has ever commented on those rumors. In an interview with CNBC, Iger said that he remains extremely optimistic about the company and its assets, but I would say it in some cases the challenges are greater than I had anticipated. Well, okay, so Iger is somehow surprised that Disney is not doing very well, and for some odd reason, he's surprised. I don't think Bob Iger's surprised. I think he knew exactly what was going to happen. This is just my opinion. Everybody was warning him, even like basically the fans that actually watch the show are saying to him on YouTube. Most YouTubers, especially, are saying, "Hey, slow down with these Marvel shows. You guys are doing too much. You guys are putting too much out too fast." And then Bob Iger finally admitted, "Yeah, we're putting it out too fast." There's basically like a factory of putting out content that, for one, nobody wants to watch because it's boring or it's just not interesting, not well written. You have the writer's strike going on top of that. You have She-Hulk writer on strike now. I think she's on strike, he or she. And She-Hulk didn't do very well. I watched the show and it was terrible. It was a very, very. It's almost as if they were making fun of their own writers on the show. Now, I understand the fourth wall thing is a thing with She-Hulk in the past, in the comics. That wasn't the issue. The issue was because obviously Deadpool has the same fourth wall situation, and it's funny though. As She-Hulk, they made it especially annoying to the audience on purpose, and they even had this weird AI machine, spoilers, at the very end of the show, revealing who's actually writing the scripts. Not saying that was going on for She-Hulk, but it may have been some type of a weird way of saying, hey, this is going to be the future of Marvel, and it's going to be written by AI and things like that. Because we all know the movie companies, the big companies like Disney, all of them are going to eventually, it's already happening, use AI to write scripts. So this would be a huge detriment on the writers' economy, the gig economy, because who knows how far that can go. We can already get a script written with ChatGPT and other AI programs already. At least an outline, a summary. You can, in the future, people talk about you can actually generate a movie with a script and visuals, all animated. So that's going to be huge, a huge loss for a lot of the creative parts of the industry. The only way to really compete now would be to basically be a better writer, right? So the only way to really compete with the AI is just to be the best writer. You have to be more competitive, better than the AI. And humans, I believe, do have the ability to see things differently and do things differently than an AI would. The question is, how fast can the AI learn about what's a good movie and what's not a good movie? I think AI can do well with the formatting of movies, the timing of movies, how long a movie is, what's the best retention rate of a movie. But can they really get the heart of it like the writers can? And I think writers do have the advantage on that. And writers can still judge the script and change things on the outside and have that role. But this team of writer thing may go away, like the TV shows for late night shows, all that. You can just get an AI to write jokes down, probably. So there's zero reason to use people if you don't need to spend the money to do it, unless you just have a obligation as a corporation to protect jobs as well. What should be what corporations do is to be in a position to hire people and not just use any means to make extra money based on how many people you hire or don't hire. I do think as companies do have some level of responsibility to help society work a little bit. And sometimes when it comes to profit, it can lower that standard or lower the chances of more people getting hired and getting jobs. And they may have to go into the AI field. They may have to start making their own independent content for the people who may hire them. And how many jobs are actually out there? Because there's only a few big, huge movie companies that can pay well. But I do believe independent companies can pay pretty well when it comes to right. It depends on the companies, right? And residual income is a big thing. I think writers these days may benefit more from residual income, but in order for the residual income to be really effective, the writers have to write well. They can't be just like Disney picking any writer because of this reason or that reason, ESG reasons, diversity quota reasons. It's going to hurt the company as a business. You can't just hire anyone to write just because they're new to the industry. They have certain traits, maybe you know what I mean. So just maybe you want to impress the public, you want to impress the ESG score and get that high, but at the end of the day, it's making your company suffer, because if that's all you're focusing on, from a business standpoint, if you want your audience to like your shows, you're going to have to Disney. You're going to have to either use AI, and you have to worry about any of that, or actually hire good writers. And I think this whole thing with Disney not wanting to potentially hire writers in the future using AI and selling the companies, all this is excuse for me, and from my perspective, for Disney not to use writers, because they're such in big trouble because of their lack of good leadership. And they're hiding all that, saying, oh, well, it's the writer's fault, oh, it's this fault, this is that, it's that. No, I don't think Bob Iger is making excuses that much. I think it's obvious that he made a mistake at this point. There's really no way around it. You can't really hide Bob Iger's mistake. Bob Iger can't hide his mistake. He can just say, yeah, we're way over our heads, and we're going to basically potentially sell ABC, ESPN, FX, and Freeform. Right. So that's back to another article. Disney's Bob Iger was forced to do damage control after spilling plans to possibly sell all or part of money bleeding channels ABC and ESPN. So that ESPN and ABC is bleeding Disney this whole time. They're not making Disney any money. I never thought Disney needed to own ESPN that long. I never like anyone could have bought ESPN a long time ago. I think I don't know when Disney bought ESPN. I was much younger then. I wasn't really paying attention, but I was aware that they had it. I just didn't know why. I think they just want to own everything, just like now. They just want to buy Marvel. They want to buy this. They want to buy that. They want to buy Fox. Bob Iger leave. And the other Bob comes in. They put him under the bus. He wasn't the best CEO anyway. Bob Iger was on vacation. He came back when everything and all the pandemic and everything's over. And now he wants to sell things off because they did too much with Disney Plus, put too many shows out there all at once, made it like a show factory, probably written by AI, who knows. And then now they went way over their heads. They spent way too much money on their movies. And now they want to sell off ABC and ESPN. That is really, really, really bad as a company, as leadership. Now, Bob Iger came in much later after the damage has been done by Bob Iger before he left, and then he comes back in saying, "Oh, I'm gonna fix everything," even though it was actually my fault. I was the one who put all these simulations in, I was the one that bought Fox before I left. I was the one who did this, and then the next Bob who comes in has to deal with Bob Iger's decisions from Fox, from all the other purchases, over purchases they made, how we set up the company at the time, and then they throw the other Bob under the bus. Bob Iger comes back to save the day after his long vacation. That's kind of how I see it. So Iger, who last week got a 2-year extension to run the company after retaking the reins last year, huddled with senior leader of Disney's TV properties on Tuesday, according to a source with knowledge. Iger met with senior leaders of the television group, reaffirmed his commitment to the value of the business and also ABC News. The source said, adding that he was doing some damage control and reverting back to the previous talking points. The meeting came days after the Disney boss made some uncharacteristically candid remarks to CNBC's David Faber, in which he said Disney's traditional TV business may not be core to the entertainment giant. Among his comments was that Iger would be open to finding a strategic partner for ESPN. So that is, this is the interview here, I believe. Rumors have swirled that he may spin off ABC. So again, like me personally, it really depends on how much money ABC is really making. Is it worth Disney keeping ABC financially? Is it worth keeping ABC for potential profit in the future? Will ABC stay on traditional TV? That could be a reason why Bob Iger may feel like he doesn't need ABC and ESPN because it's traditional TV, and traditional TV now is almost obsolete. But people still watch ESPN, so I don't think Disney should get rid of it from a business perspective. Maybe make it a package deal with Hulu and stuff like that. And you can choose whether or not to stay on traditional TV, depending on how much money you're getting from the ads, and maybe lower costs elsewhere that can even things out at the very least. I think ESPN is a good asset for any company to own, but you guys have to, Disney, you have to let ESPN just be a sports channel and nothing else. You don't need the politics, this extra commentary that nobody needs. If you want to talk about the baseball players, the soccer players, the basketball players, the football players, the stats, just like it kind of used to be. Now, I think that's what's hurting it. You're changing subjects, and people are not interested in the politics of everything. We're interested in maybe the politics of the actual sports inside the sports world, meaning like business politics, right? But other than that, ESPN doesn't need this extra commentary, and it's hurting the brand, in my opinion. So Disney could change that first, And then if they're still not making a profit, I think, for just from my perspective of seeing everything I've heard and from people who know a little bit what they're talking about, I think that it'd be better for Disney not to sell ESPN and maybe keep ABC for special events, things like that. Now for ABC, when it comes to traditional TV, that's kind of hard to say because the streaming platforms are getting so out of control in terms of pricing, and people are paying up to $200 per, like, just total, maybe $250 for multiple platforms. You have even ABC has an app that you probably have to have cable to even use the app. You have Fox News, all those other apps. I think WB is free, like I think it was CW, but it's not the best. You still have the ads. You might as well just be on Hulu or something like that. So I think if Disney can utilize Hulu more, which is their best platform, their best asset in my opinion, and they can just even add Disney Plus to that, I think Disney will have a less tougher time. The issue is with Disney Plus and Hulu. If Disney Plus just becomes Hulu or vice versa, you may receive more ads on shows that you don't want to receive ads on. So if Disney can make it maybe $2 more for no ads, period, that may help. And or maybe one ad per show, like they want to do with Hulu or did already. So I think if they just keep Disney Plus, make better shows, and that's make sure the companies and the Lucasfilms make stupid decisions with their cast and fire this cast, fire that cast for political reasons. And hey, listen to the fans. If the fans wanted a certain actor or actress to stay on, they like this person, make a press conference, apologize, and hire them back. Get better writers. Hey, if you have to use AI to write better, fine. But I do believe that you should help keep the jobs of the writers. Just get better writers, and Disney Plus would do well if you just have better shows. That's it. And we understand that Disney Plus is expensive to run. You have server space. You have all these costs. This is why I thought it would be better to just combine Hulu with Disney Plus and make it more of a powerful thing. And Hulu can be just Disney Plus or just Hulu. I think keeping Hulu would be better than keeping Disney Plus if you have to choose one platform to use, because Hulu has been successful for a long time. You have the old TV shows. You own the Fox IP, so you can just put it on Disney Plus, and lots of reality shows are getting really, really popular, which Zaslek from Discover knew is cheaper to make, and reality shows are still getting good views, and you're basically adding more money to your company because you're wasting less money versus producing Disney level $200 million TV shows that didn't even need to be that much money, because the effects, the visual effects are not even that good. And even Warner Bros. Suffered from visual effects, especially in the movie The Flash. So I think if you guys can just cut that out, do more reality TV like Discover Zaslek wants to do, I think they can make a profit. Like Disney can make a profit. And so yeah, Iger told CNBC's David Faber that he was considering selling some of Disney's TV channels, as well as selling a stake in ESPN. So they're going to just sell a stake, which I think is better than just selling it all off. And I don't think, like I said, Freeform is probably not needed by Disney, but Freeform's overall making more money than ABC, just sell ABC, or you could put the Freeform shows on ABC. Because I don't look at ABC personally, but ABC used to have really good shows, but nowadays I'm not even sure. Most people aren't even looking at TV anymore. The generation coming up is not looking at TV as much. So this is ABC right here, and the source said that Iger's indisciplined off-message remarks last Thursday sent shockwaves through Disney, which along with ABC and ESPN also owns FX, and National Geographic, which is pretty big. National Geographic can probably easily be owned by Discover, though. But yeah, the head honcho told CNBC last Thursday that he did not anticipate the degree to which legacy television networks would be struggling, and that he would be open to selling or spinning off Disney's cable networks. So I think they're lying about that. They knew this was coming to it. This is why Disney Plus was created in 2019, right before the pandemic. Perfect timing, by the way. And Disney got like 10 million subscribers in like a month, and then a few months later 100 million, and then they start losing it because their shows were crappy. So he added that he has had discussions with potential investors about buying a minority stake in ESPN through he would not specify. CNN first reported Thursday night that Iger walked those comments back after Disney TV employees felt they were left in the dark, having not been told about the CEO's plans ahead of time. An uncharacteristic move for the professional, straightforward exec who usually sends out a memo or hosts a town hall in advance of big news, which would make sense. Like, imagine saying something like that on an interview on all the employees, and the execs are like, what is he saying? Selling off this and selling off that. I didn't hear about this, right? This is huge news. Why didn't he make a big announcement? On Tuesday, during the offsite meeting with TV execs, Iger fielded questions and told staffers that the content created by the company's television production teams is incredibly valuable to our business, CNN reported. I'm ridiculously passionate about news, Iger said, according to the person familiar with his comments. It's important to this company, he added, citing the importance of ABC's news to Disney. We need to figure out how it makes the transition into streaming, and I happen to believe we will endure. It's too good. It's too important. And it's really fun, says Iger. Right? Sources told the Post that Iger's comments, while reassuring, did not extinguish fears at the company. Of course it didn't, because Iger told on Disney and what his plans were, his thoughts were. And I guess it doesn't mean that he's going to do it. It just means like he's thinking about it, seriously thinking about it. He needs to like regain his reputation. He's already like looking really, really bad after coming back. People are kind of figuring out that Iger is at fault for everything. The last president did terribly as the CEO, but Iger set that up from the beginning before he left. The 72-year-old CEO who started his career at the company in 1972 as a weatherman on ABC has always talked about his passion for the network, a Disney insider told CNN. It's great to say he loved the jewel. It's great to say that the jewels is important. It's great to say that the jewel is fun, the insider said, but he has revealed the truth. He wants to get the highest price he can for the jewel because he can't afford it anymore. Another Disney source told the Post that even though Iger is tampering down fears, he knows the writing is already on the wall for linear TV at the media giant. Everybody has known for some time that the linear TV networks were declining, the source said. I think he gave voice to something. He has to transform the business and get rid of parts that are not performing or that are dragging them down. So let me say this. I can easily find a solution if I was the CEO of this company, and the solution may not be what traditional TV people would like, or even on the streaming side. The issue isn't whether or not Disney Plus has a good platform. They have a good platform. Obviously, the platform itself is good. The TV shows are bad. Another problem is they're not on YouTube. Right? YouTube, everybody knows that YouTube is the big leagues when it comes to content and how much people watch it. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, all that, right? We have huge influencers on that platform, and TV is not the same anymore. Even YouTube TV failed because people are not interested in TV. They're interested in reality shows. They're interested in seeing people on YouTube, tutorials, games, streaming, Dr. Disrespect. All these people are on YouTube, and all the views right now are on YouTube, Instagram, maybe a little bit of Facebook. Lots of users. So I think this is going to be a crazy idea, guys. Think of the show, the channel Cocomelon that got bought out by a big company, right? Cocomelon is a huge YouTube channel that was so big, it beat everybody. It probably beat Disney in some way, and companies like Disney want to buy it. I can't remember what company bought Cocomelon. You guys can comment below. But the point is, Cocomelon is for kids, right? It's a kids YouTube TV show. So, like TV shows, I should say, right? Baby Shark, all that stuff. So it's all the same. They're making billions of dollars every year, in a sense, right? They're worth billions at the very least. The reason is they're on YouTube, and they stayed on YouTube. And that's where they're doing so well. So if Disney were to buy companies like that, channels like that, that can actually up their revenue, I believe, as long as they work with Google to make sure the ads are at a good price, because the ad apocalypse, as they say, has been happening again, in a sense that nobody wants to pay for these ads anymore. The companies don't want to pay high prices for ads, so Google's struggling to make sure that they're getting maximum amounts of money with the 30% take on the ads, and also shorts, super chats, and all the other and gifts and all that other stuff that YouTube is trying to get. Shops, YouTube shops, things like that. So this is how YouTube wants to make their money right now, but they can't do it if they don't have enough good content on there. And I don't think YouTube needs Disney. They don't need as a platform. I mean, they don't need these big companies. They don't need Discover. But what Discover and Disney, in my opinion, need to do, I don't want to say buy up other YouTube channels, but that might help them. Kind of like when I think it was for the websites, for example, Rooster Teeth got bought out, I believe, by WB, which got bought out by Discover. And now Rooster Teeth, I believe that's what they're called, Rooster Teeth, is now either getting like demolished, getting rid of. They did it for the Korean website Drama Fever in the past before they got bought out by Discover. Drama Fever, which is more Korean content, got bought out by WB. They got rid of it because it wasn't making them any money. I think they should have utilized more YouTube for that as well. And there's a lot of websites that got taken over by big companies, and then the big companies didn't know what to do with them. They didn't make any money, and they got rid of them, right? So that's what they do. What they should have done is keep buying the YouTube channels that are actually successful, the channels that want to sell, and then they can make a profit from that. And much less, it'll be much less rare and like money to spend for their channels, right? So $1 billion here versus $72 billion from Fox, right? 70, whatever, how much money they bought from Fox, right? Just $1 billion or less, 200 million, depending on where the company is. Like this business is actually making money. This is actually profit us because this channel is not spending a lot of money to produce their content. So therefore, we automatically make a profit. It may not be in the billions, but it'll still be profitable. 100 YouTube channels like that, 200, 1,000 YouTube channels like that, and just keep going up. It's the same way you could buy any company, right? As long as the company is consistently profitable, they're not spending $200 million per episode or something crazy like that, or at least per season, per movie. You can be profitable, but Disney needs to, like, again, do the reality shows, but they don't want to utilize YouTube as much. You can use YouTube for advertising, make money from your actual trailers, potentially. I like to react to the trailers, so please don't try to claim me, guys. Please stop that. That's ridiculous. You need to reaction video YouTubers to help you guys advertise your content, so you can't be claiming everybody every time. But that's just my opinion. So I think that's pretty much it. That was a huge news for me when I heard it this week, or last 2 weeks. I think it was just this week. And yeah, ABC may not be with Disney anymore. Disney may sell off ESPN. Disney may sell off Freeform, and Disney may sell off at least a part of ESPN, right? and sell FX, which I don't think Disney needs FX anyway. I think that would be good for Discover or some other company to buy. Maybe a newer company can buy these channels. But if traditional TV is dying, then there is no reason for Disney to keep ABC. I think they should keep ABC as a company, but it may not need to be on actual traditional television. And do more reality shows, spend less money on all your channels, all your networks, and it'll be better. You'll make more profit, make Disneyland better, all that stuff. When Disneyland starts to suffer, that's when you guys, you know you're in trouble, right? So they finally lowered the price for Disneyland. So all this stuff comes together, and again, utilize YouTube, utilize social media more, and don't rely too much on Disney Plus, especially if you're just rolling out shows that nobody watches. All right, have good writers, make better decisions financially. You guys have the money to buy up companies, just do it smarter and stop spending $70 billion on Fox and things like that just because you want to own everything. That's not how to run a business to me, just from the outsider's perspective who doesn't have a $1 billion company yet, but I will be. I do have a $1 billion company, so I'll say it now, but you get my point. I'm just an outsider perspective, seeing what their decisions they're making, and seeing Discover going almost the opposite direction in a way, except for that Flash movie that was bad. So again, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, hit that bell for notifications, and we'll be back with more Limitless Club news, updates on the market, everything business, maybe some interviews in the future. So until next time, see ya.